Hey everybody, welcome back to Nerd Culture. You are watching NC News, where we do a weekly roundup of everything nerd-based that has happened in the past week. I'm your host, Travis Troller, and let's jump right into it. For starters, in movie news, we had the 2020 Oscars this past weekend, and we were surprised with some of the results. One of them being from the film known as the 2019 drama/mystery film Parasite, which almost made a completely clean sweep at the Oscars, winning awards such as Best Original Screenplay, Best International Feature Film, Best Director, and even Best Picture, along with other awards such as Joaquin Phoenix taking away Best Actor for his role in The Joker. And for all you DC or Marvel fans, don't worry, Marvel's getting some love in the Oscars too, because Taika Waititi, the director for Thor Ragnarok, the man we all know and love, was also able to walk away with an award for Best Adapted Screenplay for his film Jojo Rabbit. But while we're on the subject of superhero movies, steering away from Marvel for a second, let's talk about the DCEU. The newest installment to the cinematic universe is, of course, Birds of Prey. There have been mixed reviews that came out a couple of weeks ago. People are raving a little bit about it, so it might be hopeful. But it seems that opening weekend they were estimated to make about 40 to 45 million in the box office, but they fell a little short, making only $33.2 million. Still, I would say personally a pretty good profit, but of course when you have those expectations and you don't fully meet those goals, it can look bad. So we'll have to wait to see what the future of DCEU is going to be. My personal preference, I kind of enjoy the Marvel movies a little bit more than the DCU. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not, but I'm hoping that they can kind of turn it around and do a little bit better in the future. Also, leering away from movie news, we also have some video game news for all you nerds out there. The 2020 game lineups for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch has been released to the public. For the Xbox 2020, the Xbox X series, I might add, released games such as Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Bleeding Edge, Grounded, and Tell Me Why, along with some more anticipated titles they have under the belt, such as Halo Infinite. No real news about Gears of War yet about their next installment, but we do have a Gears of War Tactics game, which is a turn-based game that will be released at some point in March, I believe, of this year. So if you're a big fan of Gears and a big fan of turn-based games, stay tuned for that. In terms of PlayStation and their 2020 lineup, they're kind of wiping the floor with Xbox. They have a much more long and prominent list of releases that are going to be coming out this year. More prominent titles that we're waiting in anticipation for, big anticipation for, just as The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Street Fighter V Champion Edition, along with other titles such as Final Fantasy VII, it's getting a remake, Persona 5 Royale, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and for all you PlayStation VR fans out there, we are going to be getting Marvel's Iron Man VR that should be hitting the PlayStation Marketplace February 28th. Of this year, so stay tuned for that. I'm actually really excited about that news more than anything else because I personally have a PlayStation VR and I think that's going to be very, very fun and exciting. And then there's Nintendo, who has been trying to compete with the top dogs of Xbox and PlayStation since day one, and from this roster it seems that they're doing a pretty decent job. They have big anticipated titles coming out such as Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Animal Crossing New Horizons for all you Animal Crossing fans out there, along with No More Heroes 3. And then they have some smaller titles such as Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Bravely Default 2, Ninjala, and Sports Story. So if you're a Nintendo Switch fan, you do have a lot to look forward to this year around. And finally, we're going to wrap it up here with some comic book news for you. Punchline. No, you didn't just miss a joke. Punchline is a new character that's been introduced into the DC comic universe. She's supposed to be basically a replacement for Harley Quinn as Joker's sidekick. And she was first teased in, I believe, Batman issue number 89, and they're saying, technically hinting at her potentially playing a bigger role in the comic book story arc known as Joker War. So we have some new characters to look forward to in the comic book realm. Personally, I'm a little excited. I don't know if I'm generally on board with a replacement for Harley Quinn because I do love the classics, but you guys can let us know down below what you think about that. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here over at Nerd Culture, guys. Thank you again for watching NC News, and if you want to know more about the stuff that we talked about and maybe listen to us talk about it in greater depth, we actually have this in podcast form over on Spotify and Anchor, so make sure to go check that out. The link will be down below in the description. And also while you're at it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified of everything content-wise that we release to you guys, because we want you to have first scoops, alright? We appreciate you guys so much, and before we go, I personally want to leave you with a little something, a little nugget of information that you can take with you for the rest of the day. Yeah, come here. Baby Yoda? It's officially a term in the dictionary now. We're winning, guys. We're winning. Anyway, I'm Travis Troller, your host. Thank you for tuning in once again. We love you guys. Take it easy. I wanna give you guys a little bit of info, a little treat. Yeah, come here. I'm gonna leave you with a little nugget of info. Baby Yoda is officially in the dish. I'm gonna do the whole thing one more time. I got this.